all the CVs of the candidates, you could make a pretty good argument Xabi Alonso is going to be the next Chelsea manager. If you look at all the CVs of the candidates, you could make a pretty good argument that he has the best CV. If I was a Chelsea fan, the only thing I'd be a little bit worried about is the fact that he doesn't have experience of managing in the Premier League. But of course, if you look at his CV, winning the double at Bayer Leverkusen, invincible season, and also everything that he achieved as a player, I think that is why Chelsea have decided to go for him rather than some of the other candidates, because there are a lot of good managers available this summer.
And that former Leverkusen obviously attracted Real Madrid, where he didn't last, obviously. But in any case, you know, that big name reputation must count for something. But when it comes to Chelsea, you know, not that many managers have ultimate sort of control. Will he have it?
Well, he's not going to have total control. You know, if you are the manager of Chelsea or the head coach, let's wait and see what he's going to be called. You have to fit into the structure that they have in place. But I think he will have a little bit more of a say than, for instance, somebody like Liam Rossini or maybe even Enzo Maresca. Don't forget, Enzo Maresca was doing a pretty good job in his first full season. Chelsea won 2 titles. They won the Club World Cup. But then I think the relationship began to deteriorate behind the scenes. There was contact from Manchester City about potentially taking over from Pep Guardiola when and if he decides to leave City. So it derailed their relationship. But I think Enzo Maresca was unhappy behind the scenes. He wanted more control, the kind of control that traditionally managers have had. But you're not going to get that. So you make a very good point in your question. Is there going to be some tension going forward? Is Xabi Alonso the kind of character who grew up playing under traditional managers, who wants the kind of control that traditional managers have? And will there potentially be some trouble further on down the road? Xabi Alonso, not just because of what he achieved as a player, but also what he's achieved as a manager. He's managed Real Madrid. Okay, he only lasted 8 months. He was forced out by the Real Madrid dressing room. But I think having Real Madrid on his CV would attract the Chelsea owners, especially if you look at the state Real Madrid were in when he lost his job in January and the state they're in now. I think he won 24 out of 34 games. They were 4 points behind Barcelona when he left Real Madrid. Now, Barcelona have won the title and Real Madrid are in disarray, 14 points behind. Real Madrid are 14 points behind them. So if you speak to most Chelsea fans, they would say Xabi Alonso is the one that we want, even though he played for Liverpool, but he also played for Real Madrid and Bayern Munich as well.
And let's not forget what he did in Germany, which was astonishing.
Yeah, he won the double with Bayer Leverkusen. Incredible achievement. Okay, some people thought maybe going to Real Madrid so soon in his managerial career was the wrong move. We know he's going to come to the Premier League one day. The big question, whenever I've spoken about Xabi Alonso, people have always said to me, yes, but would he want to go to Chelsea? Why would he want to go to Chelsea? Chelsea are in a very bad place at the moment. It's not the right move for him. He could wait, for instance, until a job like Liverpool may become available one day. I've always said that Chelsea are still a very, very attractive job. And I think most managers who were offered the Chelsea job would accept it. Why do I say that? Because they're in London. They've got a brilliant training ground in Surrey. If you manage Chelsea, you're going to have a world-class squad. You're going to be backed in the transfer market. You get to live in Cobham. You get to have a family home in Knightsbridge or Chelsea as well.
Definite contenders. Now, we understand.
They realise. Yeah, I think he's got a big decision to make if he's offered the Chelsea job. I think he's one of a number of leading managers who knows that there are a lot of big jobs potentially becoming available this summer, so he has to be careful where he chooses to go to next. Now, despite what you may have heard or read, the Chelsea job is still a very attractive job. Okay, it's going to be a difficult job for a number of reasons, but Chelsea is still one of the biggest clubs in the world and they're based in the capital city, London. Fantastic facilities. A lot of managers would like to go there. Now, if it comes down to somebody's CV, I'm of the firm opinion that Xabi Alonso has the best CV out of all the candidates Chelsea are speaking to. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to him, if he's offered the job, to decide whether he wants to go to Chelsea. Because in football, it's an open secret that his dream job is to manage Liverpool. After having left Real Madrid, which was another dream job, and probably Bayern Munich, which is another dream job. But the Bayern Munich job's not available. The Liverpool job is not available. Even though Liverpool have had a disappointing, underwhelming season, some of the fans are unhappy with Arne Slot. Liverpool owners at the moment are planning to stick with Arne Slot. So I think Xabi Alonso has to decide, if Chelsea say, you're the man, we want you, will you come here? He has to decide whether Chelsea is the right move for him, or whether he's going to wait for other opportunities to materialise.